Nice crowd on hand at Noosa Head. They're dealing with some pretty tough conditions. The rain continues to come down, and on the beach with the winner is Amy Hetzel.
Okay, Rebecca, a strong first race from you. How did you find the water?
Yeah, the water's great. The temperature's much more enjoyable than Portsea was, 17 degrees versus 21. So yeah, I'm really in my element today. These conditions suit me. It's relatively flat out there with a little bit of swell and just enjoying myself.
Good to hear. And you're obviously a really strong swimmer. Choosing the swim leg first, up next.
Yeah, look, I find it a little bit of a recovery leg, if nothing else. So it's good to have that first up going in after the first race and giving myself a leg to recover a little bit.
Okay, Rebecca, all the best.
Sensational performance by Rebecca Creedy. She absolutely streaked the field, although it doesn't really pay off a tremendous amount in this format, Guy Leach. The top girls just wanted to get through, and they pretty much did that.
32 seconds is a massive gap. Hancock did fantastic, as did the other Hancock sister, Bonnie. They're all in there. It was good to see Plumas move up into 9th. Marriott's still there as well. So all the big names are there, Nicole.
And as you look at the red zone, the interesting thing here is that Tara Coleman is out, and she was battling with Rebecca Creedy for a place for next year's series. So that kind of does help Rebecca Creedy being in 1st and Coleman in 15th.
Some disappointment for Geordie Mercer in front of her home crowd, and Casey Leolito and Terry Sullivan are also done for the day. They're all set for a start in race 2 of the Eliminator. Crystal Smith in the middle of the picture there, and away they go. Keep an eye out for the black cosy of Courtney Hancock on the left, and Rebecca Creedy has chosen the swim, Nicole.
Yeah, well, she's swimming to her strength, pardon the pun, so she's making sure that the first leg is where she wants to try and break a lead. However, in the first Eliminator, Courtney Hancock and Bonnie Hancock were right there with her, so there are some really strong swimmers in this field, and the conditions are changing a little bit out there, Guy.
Well, Nick, with Tara Coleman going out in the last race, the first race, means Creedy will be a sigh of relief for that 10th place in the series. And certainly I don't think she'd be worried too much about Hancock or Marriott. She'd be more worried about herself and just getting into the next race and getting to that last 8 and then securing herself a spot for next year's series.
Elizabeth Plumer's leading them out at this stage. We saw Bonnie Hancock lead her sister round. Guy, well, they've had a chat and said, listen, just keep me out of trouble. I'll make sure I'm in the top 6, top 8 and follow you through like we do in cycling.
Yeah, well, Bonnie ran out saying, go court at the start. You saw that with the sign that she had. And you know what? She would sacrifice herself for her sister to win the series.
Well, let's go and see what the conditions are like out there now. We said they're ever changing out there. Trev, how are things going as Courtney Hancock comes out to you, as well as Elizabeth Plumers?
Yeah, it's balmy and beautiful out here. It's incredible. It's the Sunshine Coast, isn't it?
Well, it's the same in the commentary box too, balmy.
But, you know, I was actually going to ask you, Leachy, with Alicia Marriott or someone like Elizabeth Plumers or Courtney Hancock, they could choose any leg first, but it really is a masterstroke from Rebecca Creedy to put swim first, isn't it?
Yeah, and this year, I mean, with this, in the past, we never had a choice of what you could do if you won the race. So there's a reason to actually go hard, and Creedy, for her, out of all the girls in the field, it makes the most sense to have swim first.
Well, Courtney Hancock sitting beautifully on a really high position in the water. Of course, salt water does that. It helps you float, gives you a good body position, but you can see that she's feeling the swells around her. She increases the stroke rate. She's starting to look under the arm. The kick goes. She's just missed that. It's a little bit too fat underneath her, but Rebecca Creedy also sitting in nicely, eyeballing Liz Plumers, and Courtney making sure that she's keeping an eye on exactly where she's going on the beach as well.
Really controlling the race, Guy Leach, Courtney Hancock. She knows she needs to make that final race. She hasn't come out here to try and finish midfield each time. She's trying to control this race. She's been a little bit caught up there, but looks like Courtney Hancock will pull herself into the front of that, and she deserved it because she worked hard and led the field, Guy Leach.
She's done a Creedy. She's jumped the first wave out, and that gives her that break on the rest of the girls, and that should lead her into the next leg with a nice position for her. Now, the question is, does she keep going? And does she say, you know what, I want to decide the final and what the first leg is? And you'll see in this next leg if she goes hard or not.
Yeah, I think it'll give her the prime position. In second place coming through, Rebecca Creedy is in there, but also Crystal Smith is in there. So that was a nice swim leg from Crystal Smith. Coming around now underneath the arches, we'll have a better idea of who is where. There's Rebecca Creedy in second, so nice swim leg by her, and also Liz Plumers is there.
Keep an eye out for Alicia Marriott. She is the key to this whole series now. Harriet Brown's in 6th, Gemma Newbingen is in 7th. We haven't seen Alicia Marriott cross the line at this stage. Amy Nerthen, Alicia Marriott is in 9th. So at this stage, Early days, she needs to move up through the field.
Yeah, well, 8 go through, don't they? 8 go through to the next round, so it's the all-important 8. And she will know that. She would have counted as she went around the turn then and worked out exactly where she is. But I think that the other thing that's really important to know is that if Courtney Hancock wins this race, it's not just the first leg that she can decide. She decides which end of the line she starts on, which is a massive advantage as well.
The big story, though, is Alicia Marriott. She's the girl we need to keep an eye on, just disappearing out of screen there. She needs to finish in the top 8. There she is, Marriott. If she finishes in the top 8, the series stays alive. Currently, though, Alicia Marriott is in 10th place.
Yeah, she was in the red zone as we went to the break. She's now slipped back another spot. She was in 9th as we went to the break, starting the board, and now she is in 10th. So that is not a good position for her to be in. She has great skills, though, and she's also from the Sunshine Coast. Let's hope that she can pick up something just to keep this alive.
Those shots with her lying down, to me, looked like nervous paddling. They didn't look comfortable. She looked like she was shortchanging a stroke. Trev, you would have been near her there. She didn't look like the normal Alicia Marriott with a strong stroke. She looked like she was out of sorts a little bit.
She looked like someone who was reacting to the situation she was in rather than, you know, setting her mind on where she needed to be, probably going, oh, I don't want to be here. Looked a little bit tighter, not strong, not free, not fluent. And she really is sitting in 10th spot and not really moving. We got her in the shot there. But the other one that was amazing, and she's actually streaking the field now, is Elizabeth Plume has dragged everybody up to Courtney Hancock. When I say everybody, that's the top 7 all came up, so they're in a good spot. Elizabeth Plume has now gone 5-6 metres in front of Courtney Hancock.
I'm very surprised that Alicia Marriott looks out of sorts. She really looks tired, and it's that nervous paddling when you're not doing what you need to do, Trev. You know the one where it's just not happening for you and you're just sort of trying overly hard, and it just takes your whole coordination out of the game.
Well, it's a bit of an internal panic thing, isn't it? You lose all your energy, it's a bit of a downward spiral. The mind plays such a big part in your energy levels, and where there's hope, there's a lot of energy, and where you start to lose hope, you're reacting to situations, you tighten up. And that's a little bit how she looks.
Yeah, and as you tighten up, you start to sting in the arms and the legs a little bit more, and that's exactly how she looks. But you have to say, Liz Bloomers, what a wonderful job she's done. She's now on the beach running as her opposition is still coming in on that final wave. There is Alicia Marriott just desperately trying to throw something at the rest of the field.
That is the big story developing here. If Alicia Marriott hits the red zone and doesn't make the final race, Courtney Hancock will be the champion. She'll be able to enjoy that championship in the final race, knowing she can't be done. Marriott, though, is trying to push her way through the field. But there is Courtney Hancock. She's got it all ahead of her. She's beside Rebecca Creedy. There is the girl that holds the key, though, Alicia Marriott.
Running with no strength or power.
No, she's just out of sorts. It just looks like Alicia Marriott, who is 40% less than what I normally see. She just hasn't got the confidence. Problem is, when you're not up near the front, where you used to be, you start panicking. And you just haven't got the same technique. You start to lose that, you lose your power, as Trevor was saying, and you lose belief. You're like, why aren't I up there? Which is sort of what you can see in her face right now.
Elizabeth Plumers leads Rebecca Creedy, Courtney Hancock, Crystal Smith is in 4th, Harriet Brown, the girl from Ocean Grove. Great to see her turning around her Portsea result in 5th, Gemma Newbigin. Bonnie Hancock is in 7th, Alira Richardson 8th. But at this stage, Alicia Marriott is in the red zone. She's jumping on her ski in 12th position. We'll get an update from Amy shortly on the beach, exactly what is occurring down there.
No sense of attacking that ski either. She really pulled herself up in approaching the ski. It wasn't a jump on it and let's get going. It was a big breath. Oh, here comes another leg.
Well, Nick, she's gone from 9th that we called to 10th and then jumped back to 12th. So it's not like she's moving in the right direction. I'll tell you what, the other girls all know they need to get through as well, so they're going to fight to the bitter end. And I'll tell you what, Courtney Hancock's going to be very, very happy with this.
Trev, you're right next to Rebecca Creedy, who is leading Marriott. Do you think she can work her way through the field or not?
Well, I think it's a little bit too late now. Alicia Marriott's actually on the athletes committee, and I've had the pleasure of working with her this year. She's a real treat. She's a wonderful lady. She represents all the girls so well. And I do know from talking to her that she has been carrying a bit of sickness this year, and I can see that in her eyes. She doesn't look the same. She'll be one of those ones that will go back to the drawing board, come back next year, because she's looking to finish this race.
Thank you very much, Trevor. But on the sand, this lady, Rebecca Creedy, she has come out in front again. She has dominated both races so far in the Eliminator. Can she take her first win in the final race in the Kellogg's Nutrigrain Iron Woman Series? But is Rebecca Creedy first past the post? But all eyes will be on Marriott and Courtney Hancock, who in a minute or so could be the series champion.
Well, Liz Bloomers will make it through to the final 8. Will Marriott. We know Hancock's there. There she is, just coming into the back to shot as we see Liz Bloomers cross the line. And she needs to just ease off a little bit now, save herself for this last race, Courtney Hancock.
Courtney Hancock, she's had a third, a second and a second. She's finishing third in the Eliminator here. She will be turning around to count the positions to Alicia Marriott to see if she will be the new champion. Marriott is busting her way out of the surf now. 7 competitors have finished. The last was Bonnie Hancock there. 8 now, Alira Richardson. Brodie Moyer is coming in 9th position. Guy Leach, it doesn't look good.
Well, it's over. I think Alicia's sprinting out just to give herself every position she can in the series, but it's not looking good for the next race.
So 9 has finished. Brodie Moyer. Alicia Marriott is still to cross the line. Amy Nerthen is over the line now. The girls working hard. It doesn't look good. We can't see Marriott as the other girls struggle to get through. And that means Courtney Hancock is the Iron Woman champion, crowned here at Noosa Heads.